People say if a clock suddenly starts ticking at 3:03 a.m. inside an old house, it means something has awakened. And if you hear someone calling your name at that exact moment, you should never answer, because the voice calling you might not belong to a human. This story began the night Aarav and Siya moved into an abandoned house deep in the forest. Aarav and Siya were both writers who created horror stories for their YouTube channel. Tired of the noise and chaos of the city, they decided to move somewhere quiet and isolated. They bought a large but very old house near a forest because it was surprisingly cheap. However, the villagers avoided that place and warned them that strange things happened there at night. On their very first night, Siya heard a slow tick-tick sound coming from the upstairs floor. When she went to check, she found an old, dusty room that looked like it had been closed for years. In the middle of the room there was a wooden table with a broken pocket watch lying on it. But strangely, even though the watch was broken, it was still ticking. Aarav laughed and said it was probably just an old antique. He picked up the pocket watch and casually put it into his pocket. Later that night, exactly at 3:03 a.m., they both woke up to the sound of footsteps echoing through the house. Then someone whispered Aarav's name in a voice that sounded exactly like his own. Aarav woke up in fear because the voice felt like it came from right beside him. But the room was empty except for him and Siya. Suddenly, the pocket watch inside his pocket snapped open on its own. Inside the glass, a message slowly appeared, written in red, "Time is over." The next morning, an old villager told them the dark history of that watch. He said it once belonged to a mad watchmaker who believed he could see the exact time of people's deaths. Legend says whenever the watch begins ticking at 3:03, someone nearby is about to die, and everyone who had lived in that house before disappeared the same way. Terrified, Siya told Aarav to throw the watch away immediately. But when Aarav reached into his pocket, the watch was gone. A moment later, the same tick-tick sound echoed from the upstairs room again, as if someone was winding the watch once more. When they slowly walked upstairs, their hearts nearly stopped. The watch was lying on the table again. But this time, 2 times were written inside the glass. One was Aarav's, and the other was Siya's. And the worst part was that the 2 times were exactly 1 minute apart. That night, villagers heard terrifying screams coming from the house for several minutes. When the police arrived the next morning, the house was completely empty. Aarav and Siya were gone without a trace. Only the broken pocket watch remained, ticking quietly at 3:03 a.m.